In the vast savannas of Africa, where golden grass stretches to meet the horizon, lived a young zebra named Zuri. From the moment she was born, Zuri stood out. Unlike the other zebras in her herd, whose stripes were bold and striking, Zuri's stripes were faint, almost invisible. The other zebras whispered that Zuri's stripes were a sign of weakness, but her mother, wise and gentle, always told her otherwise. "Your stripes are a gift, Zuri," her mother would say. "They make you unique, and one day, they will reveal your true strength." As Zuri grew older, she couldn't help but feel different. She longed to run with the herd, blending in with their perfectly patterned stripes, but her pale markings made her feel like an outsider. Despite her insecurities, Zuri was determined to prove her worth. One day, as the herd grazed near a watering hole, a great danger lurked nearby. A pride of lions, hidden in the tall grass, was preparing to strike. The zebras, unaware of the impending threat, continued to drink and graze, oblivious to the stealthy predators. But Zuri, who was always more observant than the others, noticed something unusual. The wind carried the faintest scent of danger, and her keen eyes caught a glimpse of movement in the grass. Her heart raced as she realized what was happening. The lions were preparing to attack. Without a moment's hesitation, Zuri sprang into action. She raced towards the herd, her hooves thundering against the ground. But instead of blending in with the others, she ran in a wide arc, away from the group, her pale stripes barely visible against the golden grass. The lions, their eyes fixed on the herd, were suddenly distracted by the lone zebra running in the distance. They couldn't resist the urge to chase after the easier target, thinking Zuri was weak and separated from the safety of the herd. But Zuri was fast, faster than any zebra they had ever seen. She led the lions on a wild chase, zigzagging through the savanna, her faint stripes making it difficult for the predators to keep track of her. Zuri's clever strategy worked. The lions were so focused on her that they lost interest in the rest of the herd. Eventually, Zuri reached a dense thicket of trees, where she knew she could outmaneuver the lions. She darted through the trees with grace and agility, her pale stripes blending perfectly with the dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves. The lions, frustrated and exhausted, finally gave up and slunk away, defeated. When Zuri returned to the herd, she was greeted with cheers and admiration. The zebras, who once saw her as different and weak, now recognized her as a hero. Her pale stripes, once a source of insecurity, had saved them all. From that day on, Zuri's faint stripes were no longer seen as a flaw but as a symbol of courage and ingenuity. She had proven that it wasn't the boldness of her stripes that mattered, but the strength of her spirit, and as she stood tall among the herd, Zuri knew that she had found her place, not because of her appearance, but because of the bravery that shone from within.